Hey traders, welcome to Master the Market, where we help you become a market master. In today's video, I want to talk about the 10 hard truths about trading that nobody tells you. Ultimately, if you are someone that is serious about trading, you need to understand these 10 hard truths. They're going to help you become a self-sufficient, consistently profitable trader. Let's get right into it. Hard truth number one is going to be that emotions are actually going to be a little bit more important than strategy itself. That might sound a little bit confusing, but ultimately the strategy is the simple part of trading. It's the easy thing to understand. We can learn strategies in a relatively short amount of time. And really there are tons of different trading strategies that you can use to be a successful trader. Ultimately, it's going to boil down to whether or not you are able to execute that strategy well based on your emotions and based on trader psychology. Most traders do end up failing because psychology and emotions end up getting in the way of them actually executing their strategy the way that they know it's meant to be executed. So my quick tip for getting over this and helping you to execute your strategy well is to start with a small account size and trade very small position sizes until you're able to build confidence and build a little bit of cushion in terms of profit. This allows you to keep your emotions a little bit more in check because they're of course going to be elevated if you're trading with a larger amount of money. Okay? Hard truth number two is going to be that win rate is a lie. There's a good chance you've probably heard people talking about how they, have a 90% win rate and that they're such a great trader, but the simple fact of the matter is that they can be a losing trader still, even with a 90% win rate, just like a trader with a 30% win rate can still be a consistently profitable long-term trader. If we look quickly at some very basic math, let's take a trader that has 90 winning trades, each of those winning trades being $100 in profit, and 10 losing trades, each of those 10 losing trades at $1,000. That is a trader with a 90% win rate, but overall, they still lost $1,000 over the span of those 100 trades. Now, on the other hand, if a trader has a 30% win rate, that means they win 30 trades, each of those being $300 in this case, and the other 70 trades being losses at $100, they would wind up with a $2,000 profit at the end of those $100 trades. Simply because their win rate is lower does not mean they're going to be a losing trader if they're keeping their losses in check and if they're really trying to maximize their winning trades. Okay, hard truth number three is going to be that revenge trading destroys accounts. Revenge trading is something that is detrimental to traders oftentimes. This happens when you take a loss on a trade and you get right back into another trade in hopes and expectations that you're going to be able to make back that loss very quickly. Ultimately, this is a very slippery slope and this can lead to very big losing streaks. And essentially, the best way to deal with this is to take a break after you've taken a loss. Stepping away from your computer, going a day or two without trading at all is actually a very healthy way to manage a loss, and you're able to come back to the market a little bit clearer minded, and because of that you're going to be much more likely to quickly recover those losses than you would be if you start immediately trying to force a trade to make back those losses the same day. Alright, hard truth number four is going to be that boring equals profitable. I know social media kind of portrays trading as something that's very exciting and lavish, and while there is of course benefits to day trading, at the end of the day, it should be something that is a little bit boring. You don't want to have all kinds of adrenaline when you're getting into a trade because that means probably that it's more of a gamble than it is a trade. And there's a good chance that you're trading too much or too many shares in that trade, and that's why your adrenaline is so high. Trading should be boring, repeatable, and disciplined, and that is what is going to ultimately lead to consistent profits down the road. Hard truth number five is that the market owes you nothing. This is kind of just a brutal reality check. As traders, a lot of times we get into something thinking that the market needs to bounce here. It's been going down so much, or it needs to sell off here. It's been going up too much. At the end of the day, things can remain as irrational as they've been for a very extended period of time. And the market owes you nothing. It does not need to bounce when you think it needs to bounce. So kind of just going into things with a little bit of a pessimistic mindset and realizing that the market does not need to do anything. It can always get worse. That's something that really allows you to go into things with a risk management mindset and keep yourself on your toes and safe with small losses. Now, hard truth number 6 is that simple rules are going to equal success. You don't need to be the best trader. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. If you have a simple strategy that works, stick to that one strategy. You also need to manage your risk properly, and you need to journal and track data. These 3 simple things can be kind of the difference between a failing trader and a successful trader. And even though they are ultimately pretty simple steps, they can be the steps to success. So hard truth number 7 is going to be to stop blindly following others. This might sound a little bit hypocritical as someone that has the Market Master group where we post trade alerts and trade plans every single day, but in the Market Master group, what we do is we post those trade setups with an explanation as to why we're looking to buy these stocks at these certain prices, why we're looking to sell at these certain prices, and what the overall trade plan is going to be. This allows our traders to hopefully make some money with us along the way, following these alerts and following these trade plans. But more importantly, they're able to learn exactly what we're looking for in these trades so that they can start creating trade plans of their own, and they can eventually become a self-sufficient trader on their own as well. That is very different from following a trade alert that tells you to buy here and sell here without any other context or without any other details. Ultimately, you're not going to have any kind of longevity in the market by doing that, and you're never going to really learn how to become a self-sufficient trader. You're always going to just rely on those alerts, which is, of course, not something that we want to do. Hard truth number 8 then is going to be consistency over brilliance. What I mean by this is that you don't need to be a hero. You don't need to be this brilliant trader that nails the exact bottom or the exact top of a move. Ultimately, those are going to be very difficult points to predict, and even the best traders are going to lose money probably trying to do that. Consistency comes from executing your strategy the way that it's meant to be executed and following the trend, following your strategy, managing risk, and so on and so forth. That consistency then is what will grow your account and lead to long-term consistent profits. Hard truth number 9 is that no journal equals no edge. A lot of traders think that just because they have a strategy that they've learned, they automatically have edge. That strategy might be kind of the stepping stones to edge, but it might not be an edge itself. In order to create an edge, you need to track data for that strategy or for that pattern or for whatever it may be in order to kind of help refine it even more. And that is going to allow you to, over time, turn that strategy into something that has a real repeatable edge for consistent long-term profits. For example, with the opening range breakout strategy, one thing that I do every single day is I track data for that strategy. This is a strategy that I've used for years and years, and I'm still tracking data for it to this day because things change in the market. Markets kind of tend to shift, and it might go from working really well at certain times to working not that well at other times, and being aware of when these shifts happen and what the data is telling you can be a real benefit to properly executing that strategy. So on certain days, I might be aware that an opening range breakout is more likely to just go 10% higher, when during other times, it might be more likely to have a bigger breakout and run 20% higher. That's going to allow me to be a little bit more refined with my entries and my exits, and to again create an edge from what is really just a pretty basic trading strategy. So hard truth number 10 then is that real freedom is kind of the big benefit to trading. You see people posting their Lamborghinis and their Rolexes and piles of cash. Odds are they're probably just trying to sell you the dream. I'm here to keep it real with you. The big benefit to trading is that freedom that does come with trading. As a full-time trader, there might be times actually where if you're only focusing on A+ setups, you're only trading a few times a week. The other days you might just be doing a little bit of data tracking or watching some setups, but you might not actually be trading every single day. And the freedom to take a few trades a week and to work such minimal hours and to do that from anywhere in the world really is the big benefit and the big opportunity that comes with day trading. So those to me are the 10 hard truths of trading that everyone should be aware of. I hope you found some value in this video and liked it. And if you did, please make sure to click the like button and subscribe. And of course, I want you to comment down below what your biggest trading lesson has been. Was it any of the ones we talked about in this video, or was it something different? I will be reading every single one of them and replying to them, so make sure to comment down below. And if you're looking for a way to level up your trading even further, you want to learn about our trading strategies and all of the different price action analysis techniques that we teach, All of that can be found down below in the links down below in the description in our Day Trade Bootcamp and our Market Master group. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.